Shalom. Call all Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim Shai. Barakatham to the hopefully elect. Just real quick, man. I saw this video by Dave Hodges. I'm gonna play, the remaining. I'm gonna play, this small portion of his video, because he had made this point. All right, and just want to bring out a few scriptures on it, because knowing that often talk about the snares that Esau, the snares that he's making to trap you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in this web of things, man, in his web of things. All right, because Esau, man, is setting you jakes up, and you jakes have absolutely no idea, because Jake is just going about their day-to-day lives thinking things are just all good, man, and that's far from the truth. All right, but I don't want to ramble on too much. I'm gonna play the remaining time on this video.
For good, it's February 27th. February 27th, midnight. That's Saturday night at midnight. Okay, I said free enterprise game is over in America. This is a socialist utopian dream come true. 27% of all earned income in the United States is paid out by the U.S. government. Do I need to say any more? Are you hearing what I'm saying? The government is the biggest employer, and it's not even close. I think that's called fascism. It's called socialism. Let's just hope it's not Fabian socialism. But this is really bad, folks. There is no hope for America as long as this is true. Government needs to be forcibly divested from the economy. And I'm being very serious, in all its forms. If not, we're going to end up in a state of neo-feudalism, because we're already halfway down this path. That's it for the Common Sense Show.
So yeah, man, brought it out. Basically, the government is a big time. A lot of people are depending on the government. A lot of people are getting income from the government. They're trusting in the government. They're putting their basically, man, giving all this strength to the government, man. And what do the scriptures say? You got this here in Isaiah chapter 31, verse 1. It says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help." And of course, knowing that Egypt, when you're reading Revelation 11th chapter, America is spiritually called Egypt. All right. It says, "And stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh." All right. Now, when you go into the history, man, Jake always had Jake had a bad habit of putting their trust in the Egyptians, because they had a lot of chariots and stuff like that. All right, and it's the same thing today, which again, modern day Egypt being America. All right, because this is supposedly the world superpower, and like I said here, man, they trust in the chariots and the horses. All right, and again, just to put it in modern terms, America's military power, and the tanks and stuff like that. And that's what these people, man, they put they look at that, and they put their trust in that. All right, the structure of the modern Egypt and in its government. All right, go here real quick in the second Kings. All right, because like I said, Jake always had a bad habit of putting their trust in the Egyptians. All right, always had that bad habit. 2 Kings chapter 18. 2 2 Kings chapter 18 and verse 21. It says, "Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed." Because basically, the scriptures talk about how, like, this place is like a breach ready to fall, man. You know, we are on the brink of a economic collapse. All right, the dollar's getting ready to collapse, man. There's food shortages that they're not reporting on. There's all type of stuff going on, man. You know, that's not being reported, that people have no idea. All right, but meantime, man, because like I said, you know, Esau, he's setting you jakes up. All right, but whole time, Yahweh Shemel Shai is setting this place up to be brought down, man. You know, and again, that's what people that's what these people they don't seem to understand. All right, and like I said, it's blinding to them, because I mean, if you're paying attention, man, these things are obvious, man. It's so clear, it's so crystal clear, man. America's getting ready to fall. All right, and all you people that you put your trust in Egypt, all right, modern day Egypt, all right, you're gonna fall with it. When this place collapses, man, you're gonna collapse with it. You're going down with it. But 2 Kings 18 and 21 again, it says, "Now behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bruised reed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, unto all that trust on him." So you see, all right, because again, this place is a breach that's is getting ready to collapse, man. And all those that put their trust in this place, man, you're gonna fall with it. All right. When we read verse 21 or verse 22, it says, "But if ye say unto me, we trust in Yahweh, our power is not that he whose high places and whose altars Hezekiah have taken away, and have said to Judah and Jerusalem, ye shall worship before this altar in Jerusalem." All right, and basically, man, again, you know, because it can't be stressed enough how we ought to be putting it can't be stressed enough how we ought to be putting our trust in Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. All right, because like I said, ultimately, Yahweh Shemel Shai, he's the one that's orchestrating all this. Because like I said, Esau, he's setting you jakes up, but whole time, Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, he's the one that's orchestrating all this, and he's setting this place up for the kill. All right, because the Lord allowed ancient Egypt and Pharaoh to become a mighty nation, a mighty empire, just so the Lord could bring it down. The Lord allowed him to get to a point just so he can bring him down. And that's the same thing he's doing today. All right. And that's what it's going to do with America. He allowed America to get so great, become this mighty nation, just to show his power and bringing it down. All right. And again, man, you know, amen. Our faith needs to lie with Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, at all costs, you know. What does the scripture say, man? Because you put your, matter of fact, let me get this. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. It says, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So you see, man, all right, you're putting your trust in a vain thing, man, a vain cause. All right, because Esau can't help you, man. All right, you know, here it is. They're talking about the with the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. You know, and some of those jakes, man, they're you know, crying out how they want justice. You know, but they're crying out for justice or whatnot. All right, and Jake just does not understand, man. You're not going to get justice. You're not going to get reparations. All right, you're not going to get payback or anything from Esau, man, from the oppressors. You jakes are crying out so much to the oppressors when they're the one causing all the oppression, and that's what you jakes fail to realize, man. These people, they're not, this nation of people, they're not for you. All the nations, man, they're not for, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So it will behoove you not to put your trust in man. All right, because if it's like it read, Lamentations 4:17 again. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. So you see, it's pointless putting your trust in these people, in this nation, man, this nation of people. It says, in our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So you see, man, and even if he could save you, he couldn't. He's not going to, because again, he's simply just not for you people, for you Jakes. All right. Going back to Isaiah 31:2, it says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Verse 3 says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. Because you see, again, Jake always got that problem, that bad habit of putting a trust in what they can see rather than what they can't see. Because again, Esau with his military, so on and so forth, man. All right, all these things are carnal, and Jake, they're not putting their trust in, the things concerning the spirit, which ultimately Yahweh Shemel Shai. We need to be putting our trust in the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. But Jake is carnal, and they put their trust in what they can see. Because Jake, man, they want to physically see. They want to be able to physically see. And this is why Yahweh Shemel Shai told us not to be mixing and mingling. Basically not to follow after the customs of the other nations, because they dealt with kings and stuff like that, right? And Jake, man, they saw how the other nations dealt, man, and they wanted that's when they wanted the physical king. That's when the whole thing of how they wanted a physical king. They wanted something that they could physically touch and see, so on and so forth. Which again, because the Most High, man, is not going to come down here and physically reign. That's not how the Lord's going to do it. But you see, again, Jake, man, they want to be able to see the Lord. They want to be able to touch him, so on and so forth. So this is why they, Jane is just all indulged in all sorts of vanity, man. But reading verse 3 again, it says, now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and no horses, flesh, and not spirit. When Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fall, they all shall fail together. So you see, man, again, you put your trust in Egypt, you put your trust, the modern day Pharaoh, Esau, all right, when the Lord is ultimately setting him up, man, to fail. All right, the Lord is setting him up to fail, and all you Jakes, man, you put your trust in him. All right, you're gonna fall with it. You're gonna fall with him and his kingdom. All right, because strategically, I mean, it's no coincidence why a lot of people, majority of the people that are getting, living off the government and whatnot, that was something that's strategically being set up, man, because they're trying to put you in the mindset of putting their trust in the government. All right, they're trying to put you in the mindset of, giving all your strength to the government. They want the government to be your God. See, that's the setup. That's a part of the snares. Esau setting you up. All right. But again, it will behoove you, man, now, because the scriptures do talk about using the world but not abusing it. So, I mean, if you get, getting the stimulus money and all this other stuff that Esau's, putting out, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. But once it gets to a point where you have to compromise yourself and, basically sell yourself out to continue to get these funds, because, that's what it's going to lead to eventually. All right. You're going to have to take the thing. All right. You're going to have to take the, what, if you want to keep getting these benefits and whatnot. So you see, when it gets to that point, that's when you have to depart. That's when you have to say enough is enough and cross a line. All right. But again, that's what's being set up, man. All these things are strategically, Esau's setting it up to ensnare, to entrap you, Jakes. That's what it's all about, to get you dependent upon the government, trusting in the government, all right? And eventually, man, you're gonna partake in that unclean thing, man. That Revelation 13, 16, and 17, because that's what all roads lead to. But I'm gonna get this in Isaiah chapter 2, verse 22. It says, "Cease ye from man, whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of." So you see, all right, because like I just read in Isaiah 31 and 3, man, you know, the people, Jakes, man, you put your trust in these people so much, but they're just men, all right? They're regular men, all right? You know, his breath is in his nostril, and if he dies, all right, that's it, man. You know, the spirit goes back to the spiritual realm, man. You know, and he's up, you know, he's no more. You know, this is who you people are putting your trust in, all right? A mortal man, you know, a base man, because that's what he is, all right? You know, the most vile, the most wicked, all right, most deceptive and deceiving cunner, man. That's what he is, and he's deceiving you people, all right. And he's setting this up, man. Again, I'm gonna read this because again, you know, Esau, man, you know, you people are falling right into the hands of Esau, man. All right, you know, this great deception that's getting ready to take place. I'm gonna read this in Revelation chapter 13 and verse. Revelation 13 and verse 13. It says, "And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men." Verse 14, it says, "And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by sword and did live." All right. So, hey, this is, you know, by the power of deception, man, you know, as well as his technology, you know, and all sorts of other, you know, sorcery and witchcraft, man. All right, this is how he's deceiving you people, man. Jake, just they really don't have no idea, man, what's going on. All right, you know, there's all type of plots going on behind closed doors, man. All type of schemes being devised, man. Jake has no idea. You know, but nevertheless, this is a part of the deception, man. Getting you people dependent upon the government. This is why so many people are trusting in the government. They're getting the stimulus money, you know, living off unemployment checks, you know, just living off the government, man. You know, but it's all a trap. All right, don't get yourself too you know, caught up in this thing, because like I said, you know, I mean, if you're getting, you know, certain things from the government, as long as you're not selling yourself out, man. All right, I mean, there's nothing wrong with, you know, if you're getting the stimulus checks and stuff like that, man, because, you know, the Lord ultimately is one, you know, that's the Lord providing for his people, you know. I'm looking out for his people, but again, once it gets to a point where you have to sell yourself, you know, and you have to partake in the things of the beast system and stuff like that, man, that's when you have to cut it out. But you see, man, Jake, they're I mean, you know, Jake, man, Jake is too reeled in, man, and they you know, 2/3 they're not gonna, you know, be reeled out, man. They're too far gone. All right, but nevertheless, man, this is a strategic plan, you know, getting everyone dependent upon the government. All right, you know, accepting the government as your god, you know. But yeah, man, just wanted to do this real quick, man. I just thought it was rather interesting. 20%, 27% of all income comes from the government, you know, and that's no coincidence. You know, it's all strategic. But with that, giving all credit to Yahweh Shemel Shai, double honor to the apostles and others of great millstone, Yahweh Shemel Shai, Brakatham to the hopefully elect. Lord's will, until next time I say shalom.